have our last but not least speaker coming from Denmark, Omar Jarkas. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
How are you?
I'm doing great, alhamdulillah. How are you, Ibtihal?
Alhamdulillah. I'm happy to see everyone here and hear your story as well. You just created an amazing new startup brand, LicoFresh.
Yes, I have it here with me.
It looks fresh. Now in this hot weather, I feel like I need LicoFresh.
Yes.
Amazing. So inshallah, Omar, we're really honored to have you as well here to share your story. And the floor is yours, inshallah.
Thank you so much, Ibtihal, and thank you, Amira, for your talk. So, I am Omar from Denmark. I am 33 years old, a father of 3 kids, and we are waiting for our 4th kid, inshallah, soon. And I learned something about entrepreneurship. One of the keys, if you want to succeed building a new company, you have to make it customer based. You need to make the product customer based. So I'm going to use this technique on you right now. So my audience, I will consider you as my customers, and I will make my presentation customer based. So I will ask the customers, the audience, you guys, what you would like to know about my entrepreneurial journey. So I will spend only 5 minutes talking about my journey so far, the last 5 years as an entrepreneur. And then you can, inshallah, ask some questions, something you would like to know about entrepreneurship. Is it building a company? Is it the lifestyle as an entrepreneur? Is it going to market? What is interesting in my story? You can ask, and I would love to answer, inshallah. So I will begin with a short recap story of the last 5 years of my life as an entrepreneur. So back in 2017, I was a regular university student, attending classes, attending lectures at university, and my future plans were very academic. So I wanted to finish my bachelor degree and then go for a master's, and then go for a PhD, and then become a university professor. So that was the dream back then. But then something happened and made me change my path completely and forget everything about academia and becoming a university professor. So in 2017, in the middle of my bachelor degree, I got an idea, a business idea. So I was traveling in Spain with my family, and I faced some challenges finding the best places to eat. So I used to spend a lot of time on TripAdvisor and screening reviews to pick the right places. And it was not easy. Many times we were disappointed with our choices, even though I spent so many hours screening reviews. So I decided to build a new app, a new travel app that would destroy TripAdvisor and send them to bankruptcy, you know. So that was my actual plan with my new business idea. I just decided to chase this dream and go for it. Like Amira said, just go. So I just went for it and went all in on this new genius app idea, and spent 2 years trying to destroy TripAdvisor and send them to bankruptcy. Apparently, my plan didn't work out, and I did not destroyed TripAdvisor. Actually, TripAdvisor destroyed me, and I ended up closing down my app, my business idea after 2 years working on this idea. But Alhamdulillah, it was an amazing journey. I made almost every possible mistake you can make as a first-time founder, literally. So the mistakes I made on my first startup journey are mistakes that I really value today. I really love those mistakes, because what happened afterwards was that I started a new app idea, and I took all my mistakes from my first startup app idea with me to my second journey. So in 2020, just a few months before the Corona pandemic, I started working on my new app idea, which was also a restaurant guide, and spent 2 years on this journey. And after 2 years, I also ended up closing down my business. But again, Alhamdulillah, it was also another amazing journey, filled with learnings, filled with mistakes that I decided, guess what, to take with me to my third startup journey. So in last December, I closed down my second startup. And in January, I started working on a new business idea. And I decided to make a shift from the app market and the tech startup industry, because it's apparently not an easy industry to join. And I went actually for a kind of crazy idea. So here in Denmark and in Scandinavia generally, they love licorice. They eat licorice in almost everything, in candies, in chocolate. If you have been in Denmark, you know this. If you have been in Denmark, you know they eat licorice like in everything. So, but no one in Denmark made a drink based on licorice. So I decided to be the first one in Denmark to make a licorice drink, a licorice-based drink. In the beginning, it sounded like a crazy idea, but I went for it, like Amira, just go. So I went for it, and Alhamdulillah, I have been working on this new idea for almost 4 months now, 5 months, and we are already on the shelves in local coffee shops and in some shops here in Denmark. And I am enjoying the journey, enjoying and loving everything about this journey and this new industry for me. So this was like a quick recap of the last 5 years of my life as an entrepreneur. I have a lot of learnings. I made a lot of mistakes. So I can speak for hours about the mistakes and about the things that I learned on my 5 years as an entrepreneur. So now I would like to ask you guys, I would like to ask my audience, what parts of my journey would you like to know more about? Is it the building the company? Is it the life as an entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial lifestyle? What would you like to know? I would love to share with you, inshallah. Yes, Isra, go ahead.
So thank you very much for your telling us your journey. And as Ms. Amira also said, don't give up, just go for it. You said the same. But from your story, I understood you went for it like 5 times or 4 times. So how could you keep your motivation so high in all those times and not give up? Maybe you could give us some tips.
Okay, great question. As I expected, still expect a lot of great questions. So how do I keep myself motivated? So first and foremost, you need to have a life vision that it doesn't necessarily have to do anything with your you as an entrepreneur. So when you have a life vision, you know what you would like to achieve in your life. Tamam. So there is a famous book called The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. It's a very famous book. In this book, you can learn how to create your life vision. And when you do that, it is one of the most powerful tools to keep yourself motivated. Because like, even though if my company closes down today, it will not demotivate me, because I know it's not my dream. This is not my dream. This is not my life vision. This is just a crazy business idea that I'm working on right now. My life vision is something that I always remind myself of, and I have my eye on my life vision. So I just keep fighting until, inshallah, one day I realize and achieve my dream and my life vision. Also, by knowing your core values, and by knowing your strengths and your weaknesses. And this is one of the things that you learn as an entrepreneur. Tamam. So one of the most like beautiful things about entrepreneurship, that it will give you a high level of self-awareness. You will discover your why, you will discover your talents, your strengths, and your weaknesses. So I discovered through my journey that one of my strengths, one of my talents, alhamdulillah, is resilience. So I learned this about myself as an entrepreneur. I don't give up. So I just don't give up. That's me. That's part of my DNA. So that's why entrepreneurship suits me and suits my life. Yes, Omar. Sorry, Ibtihal, I am taking your role as the moderator.
I will give the mic to Omar, but just I want to say this really remind me of the kintsugi, right? So which is that this pottery that is completely broken, failed, but then they are like linking it with gold and making it at the end more valuable object. And this is all about resilience, how with the failures you actually built your great success. Omar, the other Omar, if you want to ask a question.
Okay, thank you. Akhi Omar, barakallahu fik, I would like to ask you, because your story is very amazing. I like it. I would like to ask you because I get it, like you still training, still trying different idea, improve your skill for doing something big for your dream. I would like to, if you would like to tell us what your dream, what your goal, why you put yourself inside this this test for understand what there are around you, for do something big than what you're still doing now. And this is my question. Thank you. Barakallahu feek.
Omar, I'm sorry, but I didn't get the question. Ibtihal, can you help me? Or Omar, can you type maybe the question and I will try to answer, inshallah. So if you type the question.
Okay, no, I am here, brother. No, I listen your story and I get it. You still training, you still trying to do doing different idea and improve your skill. And you tell us you have a big dream, not this one, what you still working now on. I would like to ask you what you prepare for, what your big dream, what your goal, the final goal.
Okay, so my life vision, I would prefer not to share right now. It's I consider it as something personal. So yeah, my life vision, the big dream in my life, maybe I would share it with you personally if you reach out to me on LinkedIn or on Facebook, and I would love to share with you, inshallah.
Indeed, it's like your journey is a also a self-development journey. So as you said, you got to know what were your weaknesses, strengths, and how to improve yourself. And that's why that's amazing. And that's how you build your vision, so that you can actually go try this dunya, not only on your professional life, but your personal life as well, on the spiritual journey. And it's beautiful to hear that.
Alhamdulillah. So I have, I can see a question from Robin.
Yep.
On the chat.
So he's asking, what made you shift from tech to product? Why not go with tech for a third or fourth time?
Tamam. Good question. So when I closed down my second tech startup, I actually had a list of good business ideas that I would like to explore. Some of them were tech ideas, digital products, and some of them were physical products. And then I just felt that this idea, making a licorice drink, was the craziest and the most simple idea, the one that I could execute fast and validate fast. So I just went for this idea. So it could be any of the ideas from my list, but I just picked this one.
MashaAllah, thank you. Okay, mic to Omar Fuad. What of Omar today?
Assalamu alaikum, Omar. I'm the second Omar asking a question.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.
Brother, I would like to ask you, what kind of advice would you like to give to someone who wants to open a startup? But even to someone who doesn't have, like, say, an idea, but inshallah would like in the future to build something that on his own. So what would you like to do? What would you advise me to do, inshallah? Barakallahu feek.
Great question. So I would share with you my biggest mistake from my first startup journey. And it's actually a classic mistake, a very typical mistake first-time founders they make when they start their first business idea. And it's going from idea to product development. Tamam? Going from idea to developing a product. It's a killer. You will not succeed if you do that. So don't do that. What you do is you have to validate. If you have an idea in your head, it sounds like a great idea. That what can go wrong? Why would this idea not succeed? It's the most obvious idea in the world. And then you begin and you work on it and you realize that the reality is different. It's not easy to build a new product. It's not easy to build a new company. So pick a good idea and then validate the idea in order to learn if it's a good idea or not. And then you might ask, what is a good business idea? For that, you can read a great book called Blue Ocean Strategy. Blue Ocean Strategy. It will teach you what is a good idea, what is a good business idea, and what is a bad business idea, and how to think innovative and to think out of the box when you want to find your new business idea. And when you find your idea, inshallah, Omar, and you want to start working on it, you have to validate, tamam? And for this phase, for validation, you can read a book called The Mom Test. The Mom Test.
The Mom
book, The Mom, just like mother. Maybe Ibtihal can type the books later on, inshallah, or I can do it. So The Mom Test will teach you how to validate any business idea and how to learn if it's a good business idea or it's a bad business idea. So yeah, that's my advice to you, Omar.
Question from Dilara on the chat. What is the next step? Do you have another project plans? Because we're looking for the next one.
Dilara, let me succeed, inshallah, with this idea first. Alhamdulillah, now we have traction, we have customers, we have revenue, but it's still early for me to think about next step as an entrepreneur. So this idea seems for me as a good idea that I would like to go all in on. So next step is too early for me to think about next step. I still have my list of good business ideas, and every time I get a new business idea, I type it down. So maybe if some of you need good business ideas, you can just text me, and inshallah, I would love to share with you. And here, like fun fact about entrepreneurs, and especially first-time founders, when they get a new business idea, they are afraid that someone will steal their business idea. I used to do that when I had my first business idea. Like, I would not share it with anyone, because what if they steal my business idea and they go and build a company based on my idea? I just want to tell you that it's an illusion, and it's a stupid thing to think that someone can steal your business idea. No one will steal your business idea, because it's your idea and you have the vision. Don't have this concern. Just take this advice from me.
Very interesting. The idea is the vision, and no one can steal it from you. Amazing.
Yes.
Question from Isra.
Thank you very much. So in the beginning of your presentation, you mentioned how it is really important to have a customer-based idea or business. So can you give us some other maybe qualities of a good business according to you?
So a good business idea. The book I mentioned called Blue Ocean Strategy is a book that will teach you how to create a new market. So blue ocean is a clean ocean. And the opposite is a red ocean. So the authors of the book say that a red ocean market is a market with competition, and it's very difficult to enter a market with a lot of competition. So why would people buy a new product if a similar product is already existing in the market? So if this product already existed in the Danish market, if someone else made a licorice drink in Denmark, I would never enter this industry, because then it's a red ocean. So a good business idea for me is an idea that is new. No one made it. So it's a first mover idea. It's a pioneer idea. And many of the successful stories from successful entrepreneurs, they succeeded because they had a unique idea and they created a new market. So a blue ocean idea. It's called a blue ocean idea.
Thank you very much. Also, following that, why would you think that having a customer-based business idea would be more beneficial to an entrepreneur?
Yes, great question. So when you get a new business idea, in your head, it sounds like the greatest idea. It's a good, you are in love with your idea, and then you will develop the best product that you think is the best product for the market. And then you develop the product and you send it to the market, but you realize that this is not the product that the market wanted. So the way you keep the product for you. So instead of making decisions from your head, you will make the customers make the decisions for you. So instead of I could spend days and weeks and months just developing the product that I think would be the greatest product for the market, and then I will go to the market and then no one will buy it, because I was not in touch with my customers. I was not asking them. But if we do the opposite, if I go to the customers and do what is called early customer conversations, I just ask them, Like if I would build a new business and build this product, if you is someone who likes licorice, I would interview and ask you what kind of licorice you like, and if I would make a licorice drink, how would you imagine that it would be a good product for you? And many business owners start actually their companies just by going to coffee shops and interviewing people about their challenges and listening to people in order to find a solution to one of these challenges. So make the customers build your product. Don't build it yourself, because you think you know, but you actually don't know.
Thank you very much. Also, one last question, if I can ask.
Yes, go ahead.
So more specific to your own product. As you mentioned in the beginning, it is a product that is very required or like wanted in Denmark. I know it's a new company and maybe it's early for this, but do you think that your idea maybe would be also successful internationally? Or do you think that you would be able to present it internationally?
Wallahi, I think that if I manage to, inshallah, cover the Danish market with this product, I would be a happy man, and I would have a very good business, inshallah. Because in Denmark, they love licorice. Maybe in other cultures, they don't. I know in Scandinavia. So maybe I would expand to Finland, to Sweden, to Norway. And if I have like those 4 countries, I would be a happy business owner, inshallah.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Isra, for your questions. There are a lot of questions, mashallah. Omar, you're inspiring people. By the way, guys, you can feel free to open on your camera and take the mic, so it's more interactive. But there's a question from Lady that I'm gonna read, which says, so to have a life vision is such an important thing that leads to success if you are determined and never give up, as you said. I feel like my story to yours is kind of similar, because I want to be a uni professor too, because I want to teach students differently and have their own thought, not just produce other people's theories. And the question is, how can I find peace with myself while wanting to choose to live a life of success or a life of services? Can someone do both? Beautiful.
Okay, interesting question. Feels like a deep question. So how can I find peace with myself while wanting to choose to live a life of success or a life of service? You can combine both, inshallah. So you can go for a building a successful company or a successful career as a university professor and still do service to others. So I guess my answer is go for both. Don't go only for one of them.
I agree. If you find peace in your personal life, you'll be successful in your professional life. That's what I would have said. Question from Samira. Assalamu alaikum. Do you take on all of these projects alone? What are the pros and cons to partnering with someone vs going solo? I understand with Sister Amira, solo may be more suitable for the nature of the business, so if it's privacy, etc. But for the tech or FMCG, I don't know, is that, etc. What are your thoughts?
So I believe in teamwork. I believe, and also the statistics from Silicon Valley, the biggest like entrepreneur Mecca, the biggest entrepreneurial city in the world. The statistics shows that you are more likely to succeed if you have a team with you, if you are more than one co-founder. So solo founders, many investors, like when they want to invest in a company, if it's a solo founder, they might not be interested in investing. So teamwork. I personally also believe in teamwork, believe in having co-founders is better than solo. It depends sometimes on the industry. Like in Amira's industry, maybe being a solo founder is more suitable. But generally speaking, I believe in teamwork, and I always try to find co-founders. I did that in all my journeys, and you learn much more when you have co-founders, and you can have someone to discuss with. It's instead of like only thinking in your head all the big decisions, you can have someone to discuss with. You can get more perspectives. So now I have my little brother as my co-founder as my company. In my previous startup, I had 6 different co-founders coming in and out during the journey. So always go for, my advice is try your best to get co-founders with you.
Omar, there's a saying I'm trying to translate from French to English. Alone you can go fast, but with the team together you go further.
Yes.
Sarah, you want to add something?
Yeah, so I wanted to say that when you talk about entrepreneurship, and also Miss Amira, when she talked about it, it sounds very wonderful and easy sometimes. Like you found an idea and you went for it, just go for it. But maybe you could share with us something that could make it a lot more realistic. Like, for example, something you had to give up when becoming an entrepreneur, or maybe something that you struggled with for a long time.
Yes, great questions from you, Isra, mashallah, thank you. So entrepreneurship is not for everyone, guys, because it's not easy. You will face so many challenges. Sometimes, like every day, you will face a new challenge. And if you are not someone who is resilient, if you are not someone who can thrive in uncertainty, you will face difficulties. So it sounds like an easy thing. Yes, I have a new business idea. I build a product, and then I sell it to customers, and that's it. But reality is so different, and the market is so harsh, is so like brutal, that you will face so many challenges. You will be so lonely many times. You have to manage so many refusals from investors, from customers who don't want to buy your product, like someone. Also the work-life balance. You know, if you are not resilient enough, if you are not really prepared to take the jump, it might affect your personal and your family life. Like I have my wife and my 3 kids, the 4th inshallah coming soon, alhamdulillah. Somehow I managed to find a good balance, but it was not an easy task. I had many struggles. My wife had many struggles with me. It's not easy. It's not easy. It might, when you read about entrepreneurship and when you hear some stories, they sound like something easy, but reality is 100 times more difficult than how it sounds generally.
Yeah, indeed, not everyone is made to be an entrepreneur, but everyone should try. And this is again self-development, to know more about yourself. We have a question from Ali, who I think is also from Denmark. Mm-hmm. How do you manage economically when being in the in
the idea phase?
Idea phase.
So I have a side hustle now, a side job to cover my expenses, to pay my bills. So I work for maybe 3 days a week on this side job, side hustle, and the remaining days of the week I spend on my new startup, and it's not an easy thing. So like 2 days ago, one of my friends on LinkedIn, he asked me, Omar, like, I always wanted to ask founders how they live, like when you are working on building a new company and you don't have revenue enough to pay yourself a salary. Usually you don't have that the first 6 months or the first maybe 1 year or sometimes 2 years. You work for free. So how do you live? So I told him, it's not easy to be a founder. It's not an easy thing, but if you believe in yourself, if you believe in your idea, you will enjoy the journey, and you have to find a way to pay your bills. So I did that, alhamdulillah, and now I have this side job and I'm paying my bills. It's not easy, but I'm enjoying my journey, alhamdulillah.
All right, thank you very much, Omar. I think if there's no more questions for Omar, I think you did quite a good job, Omar, and very inspiring, to be honest.
Alhamdulillah, I hope people could use it to something. And thanks for having me, Iftihal.
Thanks for being with us. It's an honor. Usually we always hear about success story, but we never heard about all the failures before. I think Edison's tried 1,000 times before he created the light bulb. Yes. So obviously this is part of the journey, and it's good to know it beforehand to be resilient towards it. Thanks a lot for sharing, Omar.
I have one last article actually I would like to share. I will type it on the chat. Please. If you would want to start a new business or have a dream, read this article. This is an article that will really benefit you. This is the best article I have ever read about starting and building a new business. So that's my last.
MashaAllah, we have some reading. So we have a few books that you recommended: The Mom Test, The Ocean, The Blue Ocean, and 7 Habits, right?
Yes.
Rules of Habits.
Yes.
Plus this article, inshallah.
Yes. You need to do a lot of reading.
Exactly, yes. All right. Thank you, Omar. Barakallahu fiqh for your intervention. Really appreciate it. Guys, feel free to react here on the chat. Actually, I really want to, before we come to a closing, I really would like to hear from the audience, people here. You can share how you feel right now after listening to these 3 amazing speakers. If anyone wants to share, that would be awesome. Yes, Isra?
So personally, I feel very inspired, and also this was my first event in FEMYSO. So now I'd like to attend more events. I'll certainly attend tomorrow's event. Personally, the story I like the most was the first one, because investing, I think it's really important, especially now that we're young. And maybe I'm not saying maybe it comes with less risk than entrepreneurship, but entrepreneurship, obviously, as Mr. Omar also mentioned, it needs a lot of hard work, and you need to manage maybe school life and other. So yeah, that's what I was going to say. Thank you.
Amazing. Thanks for sharing, Isra, and being very active and reactive and asking questions. Love the energy. Is there anyone else that would like to share? How do you feel? Asma? Okay, I have an issue with my mic. No worries, you can type and share with us how are you feeling after listening to this day 1 of the Digital Career Fair.
Also, sorry for interrupting, but maybe in the upcoming events this week, do we have the chance to ask some questions about the FEMYSO as an organization? Maybe how can we be more involved in it and all that? Are you gonna have a session for that?
We won't have a special time for that, but what we can do is you can feel free to email us and check our website as well, so you can see everything that we're doing, and you can get involved. We have a section to say that say becoming a volunteer. So you could apply, and then we can get in touch, and I would be very happy to tell you.
Thank you very much.
To be involved. Robin saying super excited after this first day, looking really forward to the next couple of days. Thank you, Robin. Also from Denmark. Please, Omar, send us some Lico Fresh here. It is the perfect timing. It's a bit hot. All right, guys. Inshallah, I'll come to Denmark. So I would like to come to wrap up this amazing first day. I'm actually super happy that it was so inspiring. I learned so much from the diversity of the speakers, but also the diversity of the audience. Thanks for asking your questions. Thanks for coming tonight and listening to this lineup of speakers. Please feel free to give feedback so that we can deliver something even better tomorrow and Wednesday. You have our email and our phone number as well. Normally we send everything by email. I will share quickly what we have prepared for tomorrow, the upcoming days. So tomorrow, same time, 8 p.m. CET. Inshallah, we will start. This is confirmed. The first guests speaking about shifting to the humanitarian sector. And actually, I can tell you the guest will be me. The second speaker would be Arieta from Albania, speaking about from engineering to marketing, a human-centered journey of creativity. So it's both about how changing career and changing path. And lastly, our dear Mazen from Italy, who will speak as well of entrepreneurship and how to align with the Islamic values, as he created his company called Uma Toys. So thanks everyone for joining. Please, I hope I'm gonna see you tomorrow and Wednesday as well. Please feel free to share around you the Zoom link and the registration form to spread the word, inshallah, so that we can have more people that can benefit from it. I will close this night and this meeting. Thanks everyone. Assalamu alaikum, and take care of your soul, guys.